Prosper Sports. Under the lights. Live in the action. Coming to you every Friday. This is Game Time with your host, Maggie Hale.
Welcome back to another season of Game Time. I'm Maggie Hale, here to bring you the stats and information you need to know before the game. The last time we were here for a Prosper Eagle football team, the boys took on Prestonwood in their season opener. The night ended in a 27-17 victory, keeping their sixth-year opening game win streak alive. I predicted that starting quarterback Jackson Berry would be the Game Time game changer, and he was. Berry went 22 for 32, giving him a 69% completion rate, as well as 289 yards for 2 touchdowns on the night. But behind every great quarterback are even better assets, and tight end Cameron Harpool proved to be Berry's go-to guy. Harpool ended the night with 123 yards for 6 catches, putting him at an average of about 20 yards a catch. This newly formed offensive powerhouse is going to continue to put out impressive stats all season and continue to be key offensive leaders. One thing that was lacking from the previous matchup was the run game. Last year, Prosper nailed down the offense with the ultimate trio between Jackson Berry and the now graduated Hayden Metcalf and JT Lane. Harpool has proved his ability to fill the shoes of Metcalf, but JT Lane is going to be an even tougher act to follow. Last year, he was able to rack up 1,349 yards, which, keep in mind, 1,000 yards is a great season. Now the only question is who is going to fill this gap. Let me present you with a senior who is hungry for yards, Bryson Probst. So far on the season, he has 16 attempts for 68 yards, putting him at an average of about 4 yards a carry. Bryson's goal tonight should be to reiterate his ability to be a reliable asset for the offense. But nothing is more dangerous than 2 great offenses on the field, which is what we're looking at here tonight. Denton Geyer is currently 3-1, with their loss being to Denton Ryan in a close 23-20 game. This loss is nothing to dwell on considering the powerhouse offense Ryan holds and their history of talent. Last year, Geyer made it all the way to the state championship title game, just showing how intense this team is. In the offseason, they hired a new coach, Rodney Webb, who came from none other than Rockwall, which, if you remember from last episode, Rockwall was the team that put a stop to Prosper's season in the 4th round of the playoffs. Geyer has a triple threat offensive combination that Prosper is going to need to watch out for tonight. Senior quarterback Eli Stowers, junior running back Byron Phillips Jr., and junior wide receiver Grayson O'Bara. Like Prosper, the quarterback-receiver connection is solid between Stowers and O'Bara. As you can see here, the offensive line has the ability to give Stowers time to wait on the pass, and O'Bara is able to run his route to his full extent. Eli Stowers shows the same qualities seen in NFL quarterbacks like Patrick Mahomes. He has time to wait on the pass and make plays out of situations with intense defensive pressure. As for O'Bara, this kid is the definition of speed. He outruns the defenders and has the ability to quickly readjust his route. But this is not the only connection on the field. Like I said, quarterback Eli Stowers has a second option, and it's his running back, Byron Phillips Jr. His greatest asset is that he reads the holes in the line and is able to readjust to position himself to take it to the house. As you can see here, Phillips runs all over the Hebron defense, showing how important it will be for the defense to clamp down on these 2 key offensive players. Before we get into more about the defense, it's time for tonight's trivia question. In what year did Prosper last win the state championship? Was it A, 1987, B, 1995, C, 2008, or D, 2012? The correct answer is C, 2008. In fact, the 2008 state championship team was recently inducted into the 2020 Hall of Honor class. Before going into the season, we knew that senior middle linebacker Aiden Ciano would be the greatest threat to any offense that challenges this Prosper defense. Ciano has exceeded expectations with a total of 21 tackles on the season so far, averaging about 10 per game. But another up-and-coming threat to Geyer's offense tonight is going to be senior outside linebacker Alex Stowers. He's sitting at 22 total tackles, with 2 of those being for loss. A key skill that Prosper is going to need to see tonight from Stowers is the ability to apply pressure on the Geyer quarterback. We saw earlier that the offensive line was tough to get through and is one of the key parts of their powerhouse offense. Stowers' main job tonight is going to be to get through the line, force a pass from Geyer before the connection is made with Obera. Taking a look at the Geyer Wildcat defense, senior outside linebacker Jordan Eubanks is going to be the player the offensive line needs to keep out. Eubanks is constantly countering the offensive move. If the O-line opens up, he's going straight for the quarterback. If it's a pass, he's there to pick up the fumble. I have no doubt that the Prosper offense will be dominating the field tonight, but a close eye on Eubanks will be essential for a victory. Tonight's game time game changer is going to be a defensive player, and in my eyes, Alex Stowers is going to be the one to keep the pace tonight. Not only him alone, but combine his talents with Aiden Ciano's experience, and the Geyer offense is facing a dangerous combination. Currently, the Eagles are 3-0 and 1-0 in district play. We knew going into the season that tonight's game was going to be one of the tougher ones on Prosper's schedule. But the performances we've seen from both sides of the ball to this day solidifies my confidence in this team of making it out of here tonight 2-0. That's going to do it for the show tonight. Make sure you stay tuned for your halftime and post-game report. For Game Time, I'm Maggie Hale.